my friends, welcome to more StarCraft Mass Recall. We are continuing our hunt for Mr. Tassadar. Well, actually, we found Mr. Tassadar on the planet of Tassachar. Let's get into this before I embarrass myself anymore.
Executor.
Oh, sorry, I need to make sure that I have the right audio levels for you guys. We do.
Following Tassadar and attempting to rescue the Dark Templar, you have openly defied the will of the Conclave. Abandon this mad scheme now, and the Conclave may show you mercy.
Don't let him control you, Executor. The Judicator have long since steered the actions of the Templar to their own ends. It's time we acted of our own accord.
Ah, Tassadar, have you fallen so far? To think that you were our brightest hope, our most beloved son. Now you are everything that we are not. You are lost to us. Not only have you damned yourself, but you have damned those who have followed you.
Such is the price for our race's salvation, Judicator. I have been here with the Dark Templar these last few months. While I helped them in their fight against the Zerg, I learned many of their secrets from the Prelate, Zeratul. Apparently, the energies which empower the Dark Templar also course through the Overmind and its cerebrates.
The same cerebrates which you told us to destroy. Your advice was useless, for the creature was reincarnated before our eyes.
Unfortunately, yes. Your attack on the cerebrate failed because the energies that you wield are useless when used directly against the Overmind and its cerebrates. Only the Dark Templar's power can truly harm the Zerg. That is why we must rescue Zeratul and return him to Ire.
You were warned, Executor. The Conclave will not be pleased.
Conclave gonna be mighty angry. Luckily, there's no other Conclave member besides Aldaris that ever gets to talk, so not like we get to be beaten up by them. Flood area ahead. I don't think that that little iron sign would actually survive the lava very well if it, started welling up a little bit. Probably they should use something a little bit stronger, So just being straight up here, not a big fan of this mission, and that is fine. We will get through it. It will not be too painful, and then we'll never have to think about it again. So I got a bit salty last time that I tried playing this mission. What ended up happening was I built like 20 shuttles. You got to bring Tassadar and 2 Zealots to the installation at the end. And then just like 2 Scourge were like, LOL, nice 20 shuttles. And proceeded to ram their way right into the one that had Tassadar in it. And normally stuff like that would be fine. It's just what happens sometimes. Unfortunately, Mass Recall does have that lack of a Sade Loaf system. So it makes things a little bit more difficult at times. And we did do some investigating and we found something out. It turns out, well, resume from replay does not exist, so no resuming from replay there. However, you can save and load in Mass Recall if it is the first game of the day that you have played. Or rather, the first game inside the client that you have played. So the way that it works is, if you want to be able to reliably save and load in Mass Recall, you just have to reset the client every single time that you finish a mission. Whether you win, whether you lose, whether you have to reset, whatever, just always restart the client and it just works without an issue. Definitely without an issue. So we're going to fast expand right here. We are spawned on an island. There are a couple islands around the map, and then there's the final base. Reason I don't really like this mission is you have to move a hero around, and there's a bunch of infested Terran that explode for 500 damage and one-shot Tassadar, and then there's a bunch of Scourge that fly around and one-shot shuttles. And it's just, the instant loss hero mechanic is one of those things that tends to get me a little bit tilted. I just don't like the game design. But we're just not going to lose him. That's why I'm building a shield battery right now. We're going to keep him right here. We're going to build a bunch of scouts. We're going to clear all the way to this objective. And then we're going to give the most heavily expensive escort in the history of mankind It's not the most heavily armed escort or anything because it is scouts. It's not going to be able to be, it's not going to kill stuff very well. Oh, here's some guy. Oh. Terra indeed, my boy. Oh. Got Terra bopped. Can we? Oh, high ground. Yeah, strategy. Got him. That was beautiful. Very happy about that. And then we just heal on up with Mr. Hey! Don't do that. Oh, can we kill these? I wonder if this helps. I wonder if they lose the ability to drop if they lose all their OVs. I don't know. I'm just going to hope so. So this gas geyser is a million billion miles away. I don't want to take it, but I'm going to. Scouts are very expensive. We're going to need to get that gas going and flowing. We have 2 bases. However, it's not a whole lot of money in the end. And Protoss is... Ooh, we already have a Cybercore. Very nice. Protoss is a very, very bad island hopping faction. So, of the 3 different island hoppers, Protoss is definitely the worst. Reason being is that in StarCraft 1, you just have to get that speed upgrade and that drop upgrade for Zerg, which makes them the second best, because then all of their overlords are permanently dropper lords. And then for Terran, obviously you have the ability to lift your command center and all your other buildings and move them around. Protoss, on the other hand, is very, very bad at taking like beachheads with their drops. There's definitely ways to improve it. However, Blizzard pretty clearly agreed with my feeling on that there, and that's one of the reasons that the Corsair was added in Brood War. Corsair is a much, much better dropping tool because it has that disruption web ability, which allows you to disable ground defenses as you start shuttling things over. So instead of doing actual landing parties, you're kind of forced into a sky toss composition if you want to fight on these islands. Unfortunately, pre-carrier, the sky toss is a little bit lacking, and yep, there's no fleet beacon available. I was focusing on defenses for a bit so that I could lose them all really quick. Yeah, here we go. Get rid of those Zerglings, they're the scariest. Just try not to lose anything here. So one thing I am trying to keep a mental note of is the fact that shield batteries are so much stronger in this version of the game than they are in normal StarCraft 1. Because it doesn't stun the target, because you don't have to manually click on the thing to cast it, those 2 things together make this very, very worth building. It doesn't work on buildings, I believe. Yeah, it doesn't. So it's not going to give permanent ultra cannons or anything, but it's still definitely worth purchasing, as opposed to what I'm used to, where it's just not. I'm going to get a couple cannons in these mineral lines just to make sure that no mutas come in or something. Lings would be another big problem that could run in and cause some problems. And then we're going pure scout production. 275, 125 per scout. I don't know how many we actually need in order to bust the enemies. However, I think that, let's say we can start, well, scouting with 6 or so. I'm a little bit scared to go out before that because groups of Scourge are pretty darn strong. And the way that you normally want to fight groups of Scourge is use stuff like the Corsair, who can, if there's too much, just pull back and run away. However, due to the very slow movement speed of the scout, he's not going to be able to escape if there's too much. And there is normally a scout movement speed upgrade. However, we don't have access to it. So what you gonna do? Alrighty, righty. We do need pylons. It is 3 supply per scout, which is a ripoff, I very firmly believe. Oh, you know what? We could use the hallucination ability on these scouts to start poking around. Let's see what we got. Now we can figure out exactly what's going on. Hallucination in StarCraft 1, I think I explained this before, but you target one thing. Oh, look, we found... Oh, yeah, this is the type of thing we wanted to avoid. Let's get all this stuff over here. Blow up all these guys. Yeah, drop right into that. Get them out of here. Ugh. That fight didn't go very well. But this could be good. Okay. You went alright. I feel like we took a ton of damage considering the fact that we were on top of them. It just kind of is how it is, you know? Okay. So this is 6 scouts. Nope, it is 5 scouts and hallucination. Let's get that armor upgrade. It's the last upgrade we'll be able to afford. Wait. Huh. That's really interesting. We have access to level 2 shields. However, we do not have access to level 2 attack and armor. Very... Oh, this must be a bug. There's no way that it's intended that you can get all the way to +3. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to be capped at +1, so I'm not going to go past that. Because that kind of goes against the spirit of the design here. And we're not, like, going super try-hard, right? Okay, fire! That was scary. I'm, like, so convinced it's going to explode on me every single time. So it looks like it takes 7 to 8 scouts to one-shot a muta. That's really good information. And we're just going to start clearing this area out. And really slowly microing. It'll get faster over time as long as we retain our units. How it always is. Oh, no. Well, there goes my shields. But luckily it was just my shield. Oh, no! My goodness, the Scourge is a scary unit. Alright, keep it going, boys. I think that just having access to one more attack upgrade would be huge here. It would really help the math out for one-shotting all these air units. But instead, we're a little bit... Oh! You kind of want to be on top of it so that you can fire the missiles instantly. Oh, it's that rotation speed. It's so tough. Once we take down this hatch, we're going to be in good shape, and then we're going to be able to look down a little bit. Thank goodness they have stopped making Scourge, it looks like. They've gone into muta production. Hey, good thing we built those. We're going to have to bring everything back here, I believe, including my force out there. Oh, I can't really tell. What are they trying to do here? Alright, we should be able to take these down. Oh, nope. We actually took some serious hull damage right there. Once again, it is worth noting that one scout costs about as much as 4 Hydras, and I think that 2 Hydras beat a scout pretty cleanly. I don't know the exact math, but that feels about right to me. Well, it feels very wrong as the scout player, but it's pretty funny. Alright, it does appear that this area is pretty secure at this point. Then there's just going to be one more... Nope, this is the wrong guy. One more base after this to clear out. I just want to make sure there's no hatches over here to rebuild the entire thing. No, just a really poorly placed really poorly placed Vespene Geyser. You know, I'm starting to think that second gas that I got completely unnecessary. If I had just had one guy, or one gas right over here, it probably would have been okay. It just, in my little Protoss brain, one gas sky toss doesn't sound like a thing. But, you know, oh my goodness! These Scourges are scary. We need to go kill them. I cannot be letting them just produce these Scourge forever. It's too much. Alright, let's get a couple of these. We're actually starting to run out of minerals, which is bad. Ooh, a good flank. Yeah, they did get one of our guys. Try to take the Guardians down. Nice. Ooh. Only one connection there. I'm going to assume this is the final hatch that they have producing. We're going to start targeting it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be very, very careful here, being ready to hit stop as soon as that happens. We still got hit by one. Unfortunately, our anti-ground range and anti-air range are both 4, which makes it fairly difficult to snipe these things. I think we got it, though. That's a Guardian. I don't think that came from a hatch, but we might as well just exit this way to be sure. Yeah, we're fine. Alrighty. So we still have the shuttle ready. Ooh, hello. If someone would like to do the math, I would love to know how many carriers I could have afforded instead of this. So that we could have a little bit more perspective on how much this is. Because I think it's like 8 carriers, maybe even more. Think how easy this would have been with 8. Holy butts. Oh! Well, that was scary. And painful. Especially as someone who's running out of minerals. So the real question is, does this final base actually have any sort of hatcheries? It does. There's one. And it is producing Scourge in very volatile numbers. I'm looking forward to carrier time. The carrier is a very interesting unit in StarCraft 1 because it's so microable that it actually builds up more quickly than the scout, if that makes sense. The reason being is that you can start with very low numbers of carriers and get a move on with them. I don't know if that applies to mass recall. It probably doesn't, because I assume that it inherits some of the inbuilt carrier micro of StarCraft 2. Let's hope that's it. I need to make sure that all the drones are gone. They're obviously returning minerals somewhere, so there's going to be another base around here. There's one of those infested Terrans, 500 damage. Gotta be very careful about him. So there's a hatch over here. And then I'll feel confident moving around. Ooh, a little bit of a lag spike right there, scared me. Did not want this to crash. I'm not sure if they're rebuilding a spore there? No, I don't think so. Alright, final hatch, where are you? Looks like there's just a bunch of spores up here, and we are effectively out of money. Oh, that's a sneaky little place to put that spore. Would you look at that? What?
Commander, this is General Edmund Duke of the Terran Dominion Armada. You are in violation of our airspace and have endangered human lives in your reckless attack against the Zerg. I order you to withdraw your ships immediately. If you fail to comply, I will not hesitate to open fire upon your vessels.
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
Duke, I am Tassadar, and you are well known to me. Whatever leniency I extended to you and your comrades before may have been in error. If you persist in halting our course, we will burn your pathetic fleet down to the last man.
I'm gonna have to assume that was a hostile response.
Okay. I have literally never seen that before. Whoa. Well, that, yeah, I gotta get out of here real quick. That absolutely could have just sniped my Tassadar. That would have been real salt-inducing if that's what had happened. Oh, good thing that I was prepared to move out, huh? Oh, that could have been bad. Alright, get this over here. Kill the Guardians. Land the guys. Bye, Duke. You tried your best, bud. Brilliant. Duke, ever the tactical mastermind, coming in at the 30-minute mark just to say hi for a little bit. It's very dark. Well, is this the Dark Templar? We were supposed to find them, and their prelate Zeratul. It looks pretty dark. I guess they just didn't turn the power on in this installation. Perfect. Well, thank you guys for watching. I will see you tomorrow. I hope you have a great day. Peace.